Welcome to another reveal of Behind the Cardboard. Here we are again for another reveal. And what will we find today? Well, from what I can see so far, it's a dream. Let's look at that again. Pull out some of that packing paper. Birdream. All right, well, Birdream. All right. I'm starting to get a general idea what this is. It's made in China. Well, that traveled a long ways to get to my table. And it looks like there is a set of 2 in this Birdream package. So all I know is it is for bird lovers by bird lovers. So that is good to know. All right, so let's look at the contents. This, I have no idea what these are. Maybe there's some decals, some stickers. Well, I'm going to put those to the side. And let's dig into the parts that will definitely require some assembly. This looks like that looked like a base plate and potentially a roof. And these appear to be brackets of some sort. And of course there are 2 of everything in here. So let's get rid of that. And let's kind of take a look at everything that we got. Put that so we can kind of make heads and tails out of all the parts. Again, there'll be 2 of everything. All right, that looks like the base and the roof. And we got 2 sets of brackets and 2 sets of, I'm going to assume they're the walls or the windows, the sides of the bird feeder. So let's see about assembling one of these. And the instructions, the assembly instructions are pretty straightforward. So let's just tear into this stuff. We're going to have to take it out of this cellophane. And this is exceedingly well wrapped. Like grocery store produce, fresh, keeping it fresh kind of wrap. But can't fault them for that. So we have the 4 pieces. That takes care of the 4 sides. Whoa! We are going to need a little help. Well, if we don't damage the part, getting that out of there. All right, let's get rid of that plastic. All right, so we just want to do one of those. And let's get these brackets. Whoa! Okay, be careful when opening up the package of brackets. Now we have to go look for them. They're scattered about the room, I'm sure. So let's collect those. All right, we got our brackets back, and now it looks like we are ready for assembly. So the first step, it would appear, is that we are going to take each of these 4 brackets and place them on the foundation of this bird feeder in each of the corner spots. Everything seems to just snap in place. And what you may have noticed is there are no tools required for this assembly. That gets double thumbs up, in my opinion. All right, brackets are in place. So the next step here, it looks like there is some sort of a locking plate that goes across the top to keep those brackets square, which will become more important when we start putting in the sides or the windows or whatever they call them, but you get the idea. Again, these just snap in place, pretty easy peasy. So let's grab one of these window And see how easy that is to just slide right in there. And I'll tell you what, again, it snaps right in place and it goes in very easy. So far, the assembly has been a breeze. And that is exceedingly cool. So we got one more plate to put in place, and we will be at full assembly. Realistically, we are, because at this point, that's how you get the seat in. You got to take the roof off to get the seat in, but let's go ahead and put the roof on. It does have a nice little cap on there, and then a tension, kind of a, I don't know what you call those things, a tension something or other, to keep the roof down. That just slides down the hanging cable to keep the roof in place. So we're going to skip forward ahead real quick for this next assembly. Okay, the second house has been assembled. It looks like, again, easy peasy, no troubles. So let's take a look at these side by side. The only thing missing at this point now is the bird feed. Okay, these things are now ready to hang. And so it looks like the second roof. Now these things do just fit in place, but they are a little tight. So let's see if we can't spin that around, hit it with the hammer times. Get the hammer out. I said there wasn't any tools involved, so we'll figure this out. We're going to have to put the master brain on that, figure out as to why that roof is not setting on top there and being held in place. All right, looks like we got that figured out there. Okay, well that's it, and they are now ready for hanging. The last piece of information that they so generously provide is information on what are the most popular bird seeds to use, and then some additional notes on the behavior of the birds with the feeder, and then lastly, a list of foods favored by birds that you would most want to attract with this feeder. Great, great additional information. I hope you found this video informative and entertaining. If so, please hit the like button and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you next time.